Okay, so quick video. I did hear back from Skyhorse Publishing, and they authorized me to go ahead and share this information regarding this book, Nuclear War Survival Skills. I just have to show the cover at the beginning and end of every video and acknowledge that Skyhorse Publishing gave me the authorization. So, this is a real quick video. I'm gonna start uploading a lot more now that I got the authorization from them. But I kind of skipped over the acknowledgements last time, so I thought I'd do a real quick video on that, and then I'm gonna go into chapter 1, actually the introduction. I'm sorry, and then chapter 1 after that. So okay, so and I wanted to make a side note. Feel free. I actually watched this on YouTube, and it looks like it came out pretty well to where you can read the book. So feel free, if you don't want to hear me narrate it, feel free to pause it and go through and read the book. I won't be offended at all. This isn't monetized or anything. I'm just sharing the information. So it won't hurt my feelings a bit if you decide to do that. So feel free to do that. You're probably a faster reader than I can narrate anyway. So, okay. Anyway, so yeah, the acknowledgements. We'll just go ahead and go through this, and I feel that I should acknowledge these individuals because they took the time and effort to actually write this book. So, I'll do this real quick, but. Okay, so the author takes this opportunity to thank the following persons for their special contributions, without many of which it would have been impossible to have written this book. L. Jodeel, James L. Liverman, and W. Schroebel for the essential support they made possible over the years. First by the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission, next by the Energy Research and Development Administration, and then by the Department of Energy. This support was the basis of the laboratory work and field testing that produced most of the survival instructions developed between 1964 and 1979. Given in this book, Mr. Schroebel also reviewed early and final drafts and made a number of improvements. John A. Oxier, Ph.D., health physicist, who for years was director of the Industrial Safety and Applied Health Physics Division, Oak Ridge National Laboratory, for manuscript review, ORNL, for manuscript review and especially for checking statements regarding the effects of radiation on people. Conrad V. Chester, Ph.D., chemical engineer, civil defense researcher, developer of improved defense against exotic weapons and unconventional attacks, nuclear strategist, and currently group leader, Emergency Planning Group, ORNL, for advice and many contributions, starting with the initial organization of material and continuing through all the drafts of the original and this edition. William K. Chipman, LLD, Office of Civil Preparedness, FEMA, for review in 1979 of the final draft of the original ORNL edition. George A. Christie, MS, who for many years was a chemical engineer and civil defense researcher at ORNL, for contributions to the planning and of the original edition and editing of early drafts. K.B. Franz, Ph.D., nutritionist, associate professor, food science and nutrition department, Brigham Young University, for information and advice used extensively in the food chapter. Samuel Gladstone, Ph.D., physical chemist, and the leading authority on the effects of nuclear weapons, for overall review and constructive recommendations, especially regarding simplified explanations of the effects of nuclear weapons. Carson M. Hayland, MS, physicist and civil defense researcher at ORNL, for scientific advice and mathematical computations of complex nuclear phenomena. Robert H. Kupperman, Ph.D., physicist in 1979 and chief scientist, U.S. Arms Control and Disarmament Agency, Department of State, for review of the final draft of the 1979 edition. David B. Nelson, Ph.D., electrical engineer and mathematician, for years as civil defense and thermonuclear energy researcher at ORNL, an authority on electromagnetic pulse, EMP problems for manuscript review, and contributions to sections on electromagnetic pulse phenomena, fallout monitoring, instruments, and communications. Louis V. Spencer, PhD, for many years a physicist with the Radiation Physics Division, Center for Radiation Research, National Bureau of Standards, for his calculations and advice regarding needed improvements and the design of blast shelters to ensure adequate protection of occupants against excessive exposure to initial nuclear radiation. Edward Teller, PhD, nuclear physicist, leading inventor of offensive and defensive weapons, a strong supporter of civil defense at Oak Ridge National Laboratory and worldwide, for contributing the foreword originally written for the American Security Council 1980 edition and for his urging, which motivated the author to work on this 1987 edition. Eugene P. Wigner, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, PhD, physicist and mathematician, Nobel laureate, professor emeritus of theoretical physics, Princeton University, a principal initiator of the nuclear age and a prominent leader of the civil defense movement, for encouraging the writing of the original edition of this book, contributing about the author section and improving drafts, especially of the appendix on expedient blast shelters. Edwin N. York, MS, nuclear physicist, senior research engineer, Boeing Aerospace Company, designer of blast protective structures, for overall review and recommendations, particularly those based on his extensive participation in nuclear and conventional blast tests, and for improving both the original and this edition. Civil defense officials in Washington and several states for information concerning strengths and weaknesses of official civil defense preparations. Helen C. Jernigan for editing the 1979 manuscript, and especially for helping to clarify technical details for non-technical readers. May E. Kearny for her continuing help in editing and for improving the index. Ruby N. Thurmer for advice and assistance with editing the original edition. Marjorie E. Fish for her work on the photographs and drawings. Janet Sprouse for typing and typesetting the editions in the 1987 edition. Okay, so, and then, next is going to be the introduction. I'll do that in the next video. But yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and start doing more of these videos now that I got authorization from Skyhorse. So, props to them for allowing me to do this. It's very kind of them. Anyway, okay, here's the cover of the book again to make it legit. I'll go ahead and I'll probably upload another video today sometime, and I will get working on this a lot more. So, okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.